Hey all, hope you're doing great. This is Happy. Welcome back to the new coding recipe. In this video, we're gonna learn a kind of pattern where a function will give the right view to the UI based on proper conditions. So before understanding this, let me show you a piece of code. As you can see here, this is my return part, and in this I have some ternary operator, and also this ternary is having a one more ternary which is a nested ternary operator. The view what you're saying is having not processed, so this is the initial view part. That's the reason why you're seeing the form, and view equals to not processed. I'm rendering a form. If not, I'm going to the ternary operator's false condition, and at here I have a one more ternary operator, and this is checking processing or not. If not, it will be showing processed. So as per the UI, right, as per the user, this doesn't make any difference. See, I'm seeing this processing and processed AI. This is pretty fine, right? But when it comes to the readability of this code, or when the other developer want to change some things regarding this view, he need to know all the conditions what I wrote here. Let's say I want to add a error case also. If there is an error, I need to show it in the view. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to write a one more nested ternary in this ternary operator. That could be a bit messy, right? So instead of that, we'll call a function at this place. That function will decide what view it should render. So let's dive in. Before moving into the function, let me show you how this thing is working. I'm just using hooks, and I'm just having on change, and I'm just having this type submit. So if you can see here, if I do handle submit, it will be hitting this one, and I'm setting the view to processing for a while. I'm using this await boom so that I'm just making it to feel like an API call. So I wrote a set timeout here, and it will wait for 1500 milliseconds, and it makes the set view to processed. Because of this, I am actually seeing my form functionality. If you see here, I refresh and I write something here, process ing process ti. So this is the basic thing that I'm doing in the background to change the view. So let me come to this code part, and let me remove this whole thing what is here, and I already wrote a function which is render view. So I'm just calling this function. So let me go to this render view and see what it's doing actually. As you can see here, I have some if conditions, and based on that I'm returning some view, and it is not processed. Because of that, I'm returning a form, and if it is processing, I'm returning processing, and processed, I'm returning the processing div. And by default, in the sense, if the view is not matching to not processed or processing or processed, I will return this part, probably the error part. And if you want to add more conditions, you can simply add just like that with an if condition. And you need not to worry about going deep into the nested ternary operator and changing the view and giving the right view and all these things. You just need to write a if condition and give the right view based on that if condition. So let's see this output. So let me type happy boom. This is process ing processed ei. So let me come here. I didn't write any button to change to the error state. So I'm using my React DevTools. I'm directly changing at here itself. I'm writing some junk. So if you see the code, if the view is not having anything out of this not processed or processing or processed, then it will go to this part. It's like a switch case having the default one, as simple as that. So I just change the states to some random one, and if I click on this retry, actually I'm changing it to not processed. So if I click here, I got my things back. And if I do cook happy codes, so it will be so smooth, and the way of the code, right, it's so clean, readable, and any person can modify so simply, just like that. And if you have any suggestions regarding this explanation, there is something for you in that clip. So that's it. Hope you enjoyed the coding recipe.
and the things that I have shared are completely opinionated. If there is any modification or improvement, please drop it down in the comment section. So I will learn from them. We all can cook happy codes. And don't forget to call the YouTube API by clicking on the subscribe button. And make those two boolean values to true by clicking on the like icon and the bell icon. And thank you again. We all cook happy codes.